Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie again, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. This is another pre-recorded video. This one you're going to see on Tuesday the 12th, I believe is the correct date of March 2024, because when this goes on to my page the next day, Wednesday, I will be flying to Houston for the Stampin' Up! Event, and I'm going to be busy all through the weekend. So today's video, Saturday's video, those are going to be pre-recorded. Of course, I'm going to pop on while I'm gone. You guys know I do that. It's just too fun. Let you know what's going on. I'm going to get to see the new catalog. Yay! The one that's coming out in May. So don't forget, if you want a catalog, you have to let me know right away, because I'm not mailing them like normal. If you have ordered from me before, it's absolutely free. If you have not, contact me. I'm just going to ask you to pay the Stampin' Up! Version of postage, which is pretty minuscule. It's like, I don't know, it's under $5, I'm pretty sure. So anyway, so today I'm going to be using these 3 dies from the Quiet Meadow matching dies. This is the Quiet Meadow set, and the dies are called Meadow dies. And so you can see I've got, I think there's a bunch of them, but I'm going to be using these 3. My greeting is going to be from one of my favorite greeting sets. You guys know, love greetings. Go to greetings. So, and I'm going to be using a folder right here, which is from the current mini, I believe. Yes, it's a carryover. So it is called Distress Tile. So I'm going to run these through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in Basic White. I have a piece of black cardstock stuck in there. There we go. And I am going to emboss this piece. This is Petal Pink. Petal Pink is going to be kind of a monochromatic, sort of almost kind of card. That's going to get run through the embossing folder, and then I'm going to cut these out in Basic White. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have my Basic White pieces cut. I have my folder done. Hoping you guys can see that. Now it is distressed. You see there's spots where it looks like it didn't emboss. It's supposed to be that way. If you look at the picture, you can see there's supposed to be blank spots in it. So we've got that. And now we're going to put the card together and do a little bit of coloring and some fun stuff like that with this. So let me get my chair all comfy. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, again, you're going to want a piece, probably, this is pretty light, but I would still put a piece of Basic White on the inside, cut it 4 by 5 1/4, just to finish off your inside a little bit more. I know I don't always do that on video, unless I'm actually decorating the inside, which I actually like to do. So I don't really have an answer to why I don't do that all the time on videos. I just don't. I'll try to start doing it more. I know you guys. I know you have a lot of places to watch and to shop. So I really appreciate those of you who watch and shop with me very much. So I'm going to take this embossed piece, and as you see, I put some liquid adhesive on it. And I'm going to just center that onto my card front. Now you can raise this piece up with dimensionals, but I'm going to be putting some other things on dimensionals. So that's why I did not do that. And you guys know that we have the dimensional, the long dimensional strips, but these were left over. I got so many from a paper pumpkin that I've got them left over. So I'm going to use them for my next, for the part where I'm going to be raising it up. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab the Petal Pink, which is the same color as my cardstock. Again, this piece that I've embossed, I don't think I said, is 4 by 5 1/4. So it's the same size you would put on the inside if you're going to put another piece on the inside. I am talking very fast. I don't know why. Let's slow down a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get ink all over my fingers. I have 5 pieces that are cut 3/4 of an inch by, hang on, by 3.5. So 3/4 by 3.5. I'm using my pink blending brush. As you guys know, I mean, look at it. It doesn't look very pink because I use it for anything remotely close to pink. But what I'm going to show you is that almost nothing is going to come off. If, like, I don't even see anything there. So, and I almost never wash them. You can. I don't think that you need to spend the money to buy every single color. Some of you like that, and that's great. But for those of us on a budget, I think just having one that says pink, one that says blue, that kind of thing works for me. And you see, I just labeled them. Because this is pink, and it isn't red. I have one that's a red for all of the reds. And you can see I'm just kind of darkening the edges. I'm not worried about them being perfect at all. And this card is a case. It's been copied and stamp everything. That's what case stands for, C-A-S-E. And I got it right out of the annual catalog, which I will show you that picture, that page, when I have finished the card. And I will show you, this one is in a different color, but I did one very similar, in a similar color to the catalog when I was planning this video for you guys. So, and you just keep, I know, isn't it fun to just watch me do this? I think it's fun. I think it's really relaxing, but I don't know how much fun you guys are having. So I'm hoping that while you're watching this video, which is pre-recorded, so if you're commenting, I can't see them live. So if you're wondering why is she not saying hello to me, excuse me, it's because you're not here while I'm doing this. But still say hello, and I will make comments back. And let me know what you think, because I always like to know that. I like to know. That's why I really love doing lives. Lives are my favorite. But like I said, there's so much going on. Like I said, this one is going to be done on Tuesday, the day before I leave for Houston. And my poor husband, God bless him, he's driving me at, well, it might be my son. I'm not sure which one of them is going to take me to the airport, but it's going to be like, I think my flight leaves at 7, so I got to be there at like 5:30, something crazy like that. And it's a good 45-minute drive. So, will I go to sleep on Tuesday night? That is the question. And then luckily there's nothing going on. We're going in a day early, so there's nothing going on at Stampin' Up! On Wednesday. Not until Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be very busy. But I will have a recorded video for you here for Saturday, just so you know. And like I said, I will be popping on with some lives. Okay, so now I have all of those done. And if this ink pad is still fairly new, so it's going to feel stiff. I like to just run them back and forth for a while, because after a while they act like normal. So I am going to use Basic Gray for my sentiment, and I'm just grabbing one of them. Doesn't matter which one. It's another stiffy. Okay, and then I'm using the Happy Birthday again. This is from Go To Greetings. And I'm going to stamp it off to the side here, like that. Okay, so now here's where the fun comes in. I'm going to flip these all over so that you can't see the blendy part. And I'm going to grab these dimensional strips and my snips, and I am going to just put them on there. I have another half of one over here. That will work here. And I'm going to do that for all 5 pieces. Again, these pieces are 3.5 by 3/4 inches. So that is the size that works for casing the stamp in the catalog. The card in the catalog. Oh my gosh, I'm not even live and I'm being crazy. But you guys are used to that, right? It's no big deal. It's just Carrie. Okay. Now, some of you are going to say, why am I not just using dimensionals? I certainly could. Absolutely could. I just had these, and sometimes I like the firmness of having the strip all the way. It just makes me happy. So that's why I do it sometimes. I'm going to do this like that and like that, just to show it's okay if they're not the full length. It's okay. I just like having them there because if you're going to mail the card, I don't like them to squish down. So there. And of course I have more pieces, right? Because we don't throw anything away in Stamp Land. We just use it all. Now the edges on this, again, these are from a paper pumpkin kit. So the edges of this particular pack is thicker. So I'm just going to put a little piece right there. And you see they're not going on perfectly straight. Hey, I could do that. I could sit here and fussy with them, but I'm not going to. Put a little bit there. So again, depends on my mood, what I'm doing, how I'm using them. I just want to be sure that they're pretty well set. So now I've got all of those. Now here's what I need to do. I need to find the center of this. So I'm going to grab my ruler. Hold on. Okay. I love a good metal ruler. I just do. And like I said, this is 5 1/4. So my center is going to be at about 2 5/8. So I know that I don't want to use that one in the center. It's going to probably go at the very bottom or second to the bottom. So now that I've got my ruler on here and I can guesstimate where about the center is, and you know what? Don't get so caught up in this. If you're one of those people who has to measure, knock yourself out, because that's perfectly fine with me. I am not one of those people. So now I'm going to turn it this way because I have the basic idea of where I want it. Now I can center it left to right. So once you get, this one's going to, I'm being a little fussier with this one because it's what I'm going to base all of the other ones off of. So basically centered, fairly straight. Now I'm going to start with the top and the bottom, or I'm going to do next the top and the bottom. So I have decided to put this one on the bottom. So this is where you kind of start to feel things out. Okay, so now I think that one's going to go there. Trying to get these edges fairly even. Perfection is overrated. If you've never heard me say that, then this is your first time watching my video, and welcome. Because perfection is overrated. If you are looking for the perfect Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you are not done looking, because Carrie Bedlow is not her. So then we're going to do that one. Then I'm going to just flip this over so I can repeat the process that I did on that side with the top of the card. This is so that I can figure out my distancing Okay, that's why I'm laying that there. You guys probably figured that out, but I don't think I said it. And I should, because this is a teaching video, right? So I should be telling you everything. Okay, so now this is my last one. And I do have the flowers, which I could put on there white just as they are, and it would look cute. I will show you in just a minute, but that's not what we're going to do today. Okay, so already it's a fun design, right? So I could take these and I could lay them on there white. So I want to show you guys what that would look like if I chose to do that. I'm not gluing them down, so they're not wanting to lay pretty, but you'll get the idea. So let's say that I wanted to do them on white. It does look pretty. It's not a bad look, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with them. I am going to grab my temporary adhesive, Dotto, Hermafix, whatever you want to call it. We used to sell this stuff and I love it. Keep hoping it'll come back. But that's what I'm going to use on the back of my flowers. Now, you guys know when you've got the back of a die or a punch, you can feel an edge. That's the back side. Because when it punched, it kind of squished the paper down. So I'm just going to put it on a couple of places that when I'm using my blending brush, it's not going to go everywhere. And I just realized I need another blending brush too. So let me get these down. I did turn it back on, right? Yes, I did. Yay! That's one thing about not being live. When I'm live, I don't pause, right? I just go do something. But recording is a whole nother animal. So I've got that one, and then here's the last one. Definitely want to get that piece right there. Okay. All right, so let me grab my green blending brush. Or it's actually a blending? No, it is called a blending brush. Yeah. Okay, Carrie. Okay, so now I am going to take some soft seafoam because it's a very pale green and I want it to be a soft card. So I am going to use this, and it's barely gonna maybe even show on video. I'm not 100% sure. We will see. But I definitely want to avoid the flowers. So you can cover them if you want. Here, let me grab this. So you can kind of cover up the flowers as you're working. Grabbing another piece, hang on. So that while you're doing your green, you're not getting green in your flower. Okay, I'm going to put one on this one too, right there. Take that off. And you can decide how dark or light you want your green. And you're going to see I do this leaf a little bit different. It's going to have some very dark spots and some lighter spots. I want the stem to be fairly dark because that's generally how plants are, right? The stems are a little darker. But you can see it's kind of variegated. And there's a reason for that. I am going to use the petal pink to color the flowers, and then I'm going to add some bubble bath pink to it. So now if you want to switch these around so that you don't get the pink in the green, you can do that. Okay, clean this off a little bit before I grab the bubble bath. Now I could keep it just the petal pink because that would make it very monochromatic. There's just a little bit of green, right? But I kind of want some fun in this. So, oops, right there. So I want some fun pink mixed in with my flower. Now, I could just leave it like that, but I'm going to add a little pink. This is bubble bath to my greenery also, because why not let it have some fun? Not a lot, just a touch here and there. So now I've got all of my flowers the way that I want them. And I'm going to put adhesive on the back and add them to my card front. And we're going to start with the leaf. Now I'm not going to worry about the fact that it has the temporary adhesive. If that worries you, go ahead and wipe it off. But these are delicate, so I'm just going to put little drops on here. And yes, I could have cut these out with the adhesive paper behind it, but there's going to be a lot of gaps, and so I don't know exactly where this is going to land on the gap, and so I don't want the whole thing to be sticky because I don't know where things are going to end up, right? They might, I don't want a bunch of adhesive right in these spaces. So there we go. That's the first one. And I'm going to set that so it's kind of going off like that. See where all the spacing is? So I know I have a little adhesive in places, but I'm not going to worry about it because that's going to dry pretty quick. Then we will do, you know what, I'm going to, let me see if I want this one up there this time. Yeah, maybe, because I do like this stem, although I didn't finish coloring it. So there, there's still a little green left on there. Now I know this one is going to stick out a little bit, so we're just going to put adhesive in a couple of places. Again, may or may not be where it's going to be touching, but it might. So I'm going to kind of line up the bottoms and then see how this is hanging over a little bit. And then this is the last one. Now this one, I know I'm going to trim it. So I'm going to set it on here about where I think I want it to go, and see, that's not going to look right. So I'm going to go ahead and trim some of this off like that. If you're feeling funny about that edge, go ahead and ink it up, round it up, whatever you feel it needs for your design. And we will go from there. Okay. So I am going to add some bling to this fun card. Now I don't want this to show too much, so I'm going to lift up a corner here so you don't notice my cutout piece too much. And there we go. So now I have this card so far, and I am going to grab the pink ribbon. This is the ribbon duo combo pack. It's in the annual catalog. And actually, I could use either color, but I think I'm going to stick with the monochromatic. Let me see what I think here. Let's see. I would ask you guys to vote, but you can, but I'm not going to see it. So, yeah, I'm going to go with the green. And I was sure I was going to go with the bubble bath. But no, I'm going to go with this green. And I'm just going to make a little tiny bow. Now, normally when I attach a bow, I like to use tear and tape. But this bow is going to be very thin. Hang on, I'm trying to make it look good. And you know how much I love tying bows on video. Just love it. Never said that. And meant it. Okay, so I'm going to pull that really tight. I'm going to cut my edges. Now, somebody mentioned before, and I have done this, where you take the two ends, and this is how you get an even edge. And I know that it works for almost everything except me, but we're going to give it a shot today and see how it goes. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. But I am going to use a glue dot to put that on. I think I've showed you guys this tip before. I have a little piece of ribbon tied there to keep this in place, this little transfer sheet. Now, this glue dot is pretty big. So I know in your paper pumpkin, sometimes you get the smaller ones. So decide, and I just put it on there, and then I can add it. I don't want it to be on the happy birthday. So I'm going to move it up a little bit. So there's that. And then, of course, we need some bling. Can't be without bling, right? And I am going to use these really pink. I think these are actually considered... Oh, it is petal pink. Okay, cool. Those are petal pink. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of these adorable petal pink. These are called, hang on, Blooming Pearls. They also are a carryover item. So you're not going to see them in the catalog, but go look online for the online exclusives. It's going to be there. And I'm going to just put some pearls on here. And then voila, finished card. Now let me show you the one that I did. This one is a more similar to the one that is in the annual catalog on page 41. You can see I even had a sticky note because I've been planning to case this card. Look at that. Isn't that just so pretty? It's so pretty. I didn't look to see what flowers they used because I knew I wanted to use these. But here's my versions of that card. So what do you guys think? I hope you guys liked them. And I hope you saw how easy it was to create and to create your flowers. You can make your flowers fancier, but I was trying to kind of be monochromatic-ish. Okay, you guys, see you soon. Bye.